Good morning, my dear students. Today's class we are going to discuss about the structure of bureaucracy. Last class we completed functions of and significance of the bureaucracy. So the bureaucracy, how the officers elected by the government. There is the two ways in which the officers are being elected. First one is screening test or the examination or physical test or written examination, those we called screening test. Okay, so the bureaucracy or officers elected by through the screening test, that is a one way in which ways the officers are being elected by government. And do you know about the PSC test? Okay, PSC, UPSC, RRB, a number of the test is there. So those we called screening test. The next one is interview. Interview is the second way in which the government are being elected, the officers or bureaucracy. So screening test and interview are the two ways in where the government officers or government employees are being elected in the government sector. So as the bureaucracy is very important in public administration, it is provided. Okay, so let us classify the bureaucracy into a number of the structure. The first point is Indian civil service. All the officers and all the bureaucrats we call Indian civil service. Indian civil service means the government employees or the government officers and is under the public administrative system. We can see a number of the officers or bureaucrats from the local to national level. So Indian civil service generally we classified into three types. Okay, the first one all India service, second one central service, third one state service. Okay, Indian civil service generally classified into three. First one all India service, central service, state service. All India service recruit at a national level, appoints in central or state service. Central service recruits at a national level, appoints in central government department only. State service appoint only in the state level. So Indian civil service generally classified into all India service, central service, state service. Okay, so first one all India service. All India service is the topmost level. They appoint at the central or the state level. We called them national level. Example IAS, Indian Administrative Service. IAS is the topmost the bureaucratic position under the public administrative system. You know IAS full form Indian Administrative Service. So it is the example of the All India service. The next example of the All India service we called is IPS. IPS is the second example of the All India level. So IAS and IPS. Do you know what is the full form of IPS? Yes, IPS full form Indian Police Service. IAS Indian Administrative Service. Okay, so IAS, IPS, IFS we called All India Service. The example they appoint the national and state level. Okay, so we will discuss the next class Central Service. As like the next one is Central Service. Recruit at the national level, appoints in central government departments. That's we called the central service. Central service employees or officers appointed at the national level under the government department only. And you always hear government employment, central government employee. Okay, central government employment we called central service. Okay, central government department employees we called central service. Okay, all India service means and all India level, both national and state level. Central service recruit only the national level. There is no the state level. That be called the central service. Okay. Under the central service employee, those we called central government employees or central government officers. Okay, central government department. So they always working under the central government department. Central government department workers we called central service. Example, Indian Foreign Service. What do you mean by Indian Foreign Service? You know Foreign Department of Foreign Affairs. Okay, embassy and the foreign department offices. Okay, in Kerala and in different parts of India we can see a number of the foreign officers or the foreign department offices relating to the different foreign countries. Okay, so Indian Foreign Service is an example of the central service in where working this office stand for the foreign affairs. Next one is Indian Railway Service. Indian Railway Service is an example of the central service. Indian Railway Service stand for displaying the railway facilities throughout India. You know, railway sector is central government employment sector. Railway workers, employees mainly appointed by the central government department. Okay, railway only care under the central service. Okay, so you know it belongs to the union list service. All the train run throughout the different parts of India only under the control of Indian Railway Service. Indian Railway Service and only, and it is also we called the part of the central service. Okay, Indian Railway Service the part of the central service. Okay, once again please listen. Indian Foreign Service. Next one, yes, Indian Railway Service. Indian Foreign Service and Indian Railway Service are example of the central service. Okay, are example of the central service. Yes, can you say any other example of the central service? Indian Postal Union. Yes, Indian Forest Service. Okay, then next one, the workers in the RBI are example of the central service union. Next one, the state service. State service is the department, the officers elected only throughout the state government department. That means, for example, in Kerala government department, in Tamil Nadu government department, in Karnataka government department. So the state service we called only the state government department. These officers only working in the state government, and these officers mainly working in the state government department. We can see a number of the government officers and employers throughout the different parts of our Kerala. Okay, the Trivandrum is the head of these government employees. Okay, and we can see the great officers of our capital office secretariat. We can see a number of the government officers and employment. Almost all the office headquarters locate at Trivandrum. That means the capital city of Kerala. As like we can see in Madras, Bengaluru in Karnataka, and almost all the capital or the offices or headquarters and locate at these capitals of the state offices. Okay, so example of we can see that government teachers, health department workers, policers are example of this. But the main important example of the state department is income tax officer. Income tax officer is an example of the state department officer. Okay, income tax officer. What do you mean by income tax officer? Yes, income tax officer is the officer who collect or check the information and who impose the taxes upon the pupil or institution and on the basis of the how much tax they collect, that we called income tax officer. Okay, so income tax officer is an example of the state department or the state level officers. Okay, so we concluded here the three important classification: central, first one all India service, second one central service, and third one state service. Okay, example of the state service we mention here: income tax officer. Then we can see that government teachers, government doctors, and then the government services, all the officers under the state department. Okay, the employees, those who belong under the central government, they elected by institution that we called Union Public Service Commission or UPSC. Union Public Service Commission is the institution that stand for the selecting the employees and for the central government department. Okay, that we called UPSC. So UPSC exam conducted throughout the different parts of our country, mainly for the central government department. For example, postal union, the nationalized bank departments, railway departments, that we called RRB. Then various government service sector, mainly the exam conduct. Such important one is that Union Public Service Commission. Okay, Union Public Service Commission appointed by, who is appointed president. Okay, our Rashtrapati or Indian president appointed the Union Public Service Commissioner. Okay, and the office of the Union Public Service Commission located at Delhi. Okay, so this Union Public Service Commission or UPSC is an important institution which function to elect the employers at the central level. Okay, so the employees of the central level, they write the exam conducted by the UPSC. Okay, UPSC commission selected by Indian president. Next one, PSC. You know PSC, Public Service Commission. PSC test. Okay, PSC, Public Service Commission, is the commission that stand for selecting the officers at the state level. Okay, selecting the officers at the state level. For example, last grade servant, block development officer, village extension officer, the government school teachers, government nurses, then KSRTC driver, and then public transport department workers, and peon, lab assistant, and typist. A number of the examinations are being conducted by Public Service Commission or PSC. Okay, and do you know where is the PSC office is located? Okay, in Tiruvandavapuram, Kerala Public Service Commission office located at Tiruvandavapuram. Okay, and who is appointed the Public Service Commissioner? We know who is appointed. Okay, UPSC Commissioner appointed by President of India. Okay, then what about the Public Service Commissioner? Public Service Commissioner is Public Service Commissioner appointed by the Governor of that state. Okay, so UPSC appoint the central government employee, PSC appoint the state government employee. Okay, thank you.